Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Ringo TV Reactions. I'm your host, Ringo. We are back with another video. Yeah. You know, these stories just keep coming up, guys. The last video that I gave you, we talked about these FBA savages and what they're doing in the community. In this particular story here, you have this black man from the FBA community, a community that claim they're all about love, they're all about community and growth. And yet, this man killed a pregnant black woman. A pregnant black woman. Murdered her. Not only did he murder her, but he also murdered the unborn child. Not only that, the 2-year-old child that was in the car, he took the child and threw the child off a bridge. And the FBA community got nothing to say about these stories. Because, you know, anytime I do these topics, these content creators always regurgitate, copy everything that I do. Copy this. Let's see you copy this. You know who you are. Talk about this black man and how he's a savage. And how the black community love to talk about white people all day. But they never address these kind of crimes. Never do. Only on Ringo TV do we address these topics. We address the tough topics. Everybody else just copies anything I do. But I want to see what the FBA community got to say about these savages who keep killing women. How many times does a black woman gotta die at the hands of a ninja? How many pregnant black women have to suffer? You know, we're said to believe that black men are supposed to protect their woman, but they're not. They're not protecting their women. Instead, they're killing them, and they're killing the babies too. And instead, what the FBA community want to talk about is reparations and the white man, while black women are dying. Let's get into the content. Let's get into the news. Let's find out what's going on, guys.
Took 3 beautiful souls from us. 3 beautiful souls.
It's been 3 years since 2-year-old Caden, his mother Kayleen, and her unborn child were killed by this man, Brennan Murphy. Though Murphy was charged with murder.
Did you do it?
Today, he pleaded guilty to manslaughter and feticide and is looking at 95 years in prison. Kayleen's family agreed to the plea deal, who, according to District Attorney Hiller Moore, did not want to pursue the death penalty. Her sister spoke to WBRZ shortly after Murphy was arrested and had told detectives where Kayleen and Caden's bodies were.
I do forgive Brennan for what he did. I do. Because I feel like if he didn't turn himself in, we would never knew what it was at.
Murphy confessed to shooting and killing Kayleen, who was 6 months pregnant with his child, in the parking lot of an apartment complex on North Harrells Ferry Road. Caden was reportedly in the car when his mother was shot and when Murphy dumped her body. Murphy told police he then drove to the Central Thruway where he threw the 2-year-old, who was still alive, over the bridge. The coroner said Caden likely died of hypothermia. Moore says the main reason for offering the plea was to save the family from having to hear what Murphy did to them.
You see, ladies and gentlemen, you see what we got to deal with. These kind of savages that are in the black community. These kind of devils are killing women, killing the children, killing pregnant women, guys. And the FBA community have nothing to say. We got to do this work. Only Ringo TV bring you these topics with excellent commentary to address these tough topics. And when we do these things, we're met with hate, name calling. But see, nobody want to address the fact that black men are killing black women. It's not the white man that's doing this. It's the black man that's doing this. Look at this animal. Look at this guy. This demon murdered a pregnant black woman. A pregnant black woman. A sister who was pregnant with child. No compassion, no mercy whatsoever. This demon. And the FBA community protects men like this. Black men from the FBA community protect men like that. They protect them. They don't like when I talk about these kind of guys. Look at this guy. Do he look like a good man? No. And this is why, ladies and gentlemen, when you're on these social media streets and you see content creators pushing all of this unity stuff about FBA and foundational black Americans, fam, all of that stuff is BS, bro. There's so many problems in the black community with these kind of savages that are selling drugs, killing children, beating and abusing black women. They're busy telling you about the white man is oppressing us and the white man ain't doing nothing in the black community. This happened in the hood. This hood booger right here decide to attack the vulnerable. He decided to attack the weak. A pregnant woman who is very vulnerable and needs support of her man. He decides to kill her. Think about how many of you ladies been in near-death situations with these kind of demons, these kind of animals. And we got to report on this kind of news all the time to bring awareness to this, because black content creators never talk about these stories. Because what it does, what it says is that there are a lot of problems in the black community that need fixing. Black women are afraid to come outside because they got to deal with these kind of animals. How many of you sisters every single day, you can't even take a walk without being concerned about these beasts? And we walk around these social media streets talking about brother, sister. Nah, the black community is filled with devils, animals, savages that are killing kids and killing women, and nobody want to talk about it. We like to cover this up and focus on what the white man is doing. Guys, I just made a video earlier today that another brother had sent me regarding a white guy who was drunk and a bunch of black FBA savages decided to go to town on him. And a demon YouTuber does the same exact video. The same video, guys. Why? Because they watch me 24 hours a day. Out of all the topics in the world, out of all the videos a person can even think about doing, they decide to copy what I talk about. But you know what's interesting, guys? They never addressed the fact that the bar that was shut down, the black FBA owners had no license to run the business, no bear license. They don't talk about none of the real issues, the facts that these operations are set up in the black community. They didn't talk about the fact that the bar was a nuisance where police had to be called multiple times in a week. If you notice that, ladies and gentlemen, they don't talk about that. They just watch what I do and try their best to take shots. Well, take shots at this. Take shots at this animal, this disgusting piece of shit who murdered a black woman who was pregnant, and then so savagely tossed a 2-year-old off a bridge. What kind of man does that? Are these the kind of black men that black women need to put their trust in? How could a black woman in today's day sincerely trust black men when you got these kind of stories? How does a black woman have peace knowing that she could put her faith in her man when she sees stories like this? Think about the trauma that a woman goes through when she see a story like this and she want to put her trust in a black man, but something holds her back because she see these kind of stories all the time. How many times have you ladies heard and seen stories of black men unaliving women because they couldn't have things their way? You know, a lot of times we love to talk about these women are raised in single mother households and that's why they make all these bad decisions. Well, what about these black men? What about these animals? Were they raised in a single mother household too with no daddy? Because only an animal kill kids. You know, this guy's not going to have a good time in prison. They're going to deal with him in prison. They're going to definitely deal with him because he killed a pregnant woman, a black woman. So he took out 3 people. You think he's going to have a wonderful stay in the penitentiary? Do you think the black gang members are going to welcome him in and dap him up and be like, yo, man, you a real brother? No, he's done. But see, content creators that are FBA, they were praising the black people who beat and stripped the white man. They were praising it. They were promoting race war, violence, savage behavior, and it's disgusting, guys. It's so disgusting how, first of all, it's disgusting when people copy me every day. It just goes to show people don't have nothing to talk about, bro. Some of these content creators hit a brick wall and it's like everything is dried up for them. They don't know what to do. They're in panic mode. They don't know what to talk about. So anytime I talk about something, they figure, hey, let me talk about what Ringo talk about. But they don't really know how to bring a story correctly. First of all, when an establishment has no license to sell beers, alcohol, what have you, you're supposed to talk about that. But you didn't. You ignored that. You omitted the facts to make it seem like this white guy just so happened to just walk into a black establishment. But that black establishment shouldn't have never been existing in the first place. You didn't talk about the fact that law enforcement was called there because people were getting shot at that establishment. See, this is what happens when you do content and you're not really a content creator, but rather a content regurgitator. What are you going to say about this? because we know you're going to copy. We know you live vicariously through me. We know you're an energy vampire. We know you're a warlock, a demon. And I'm talking to the content creator. Y'all know who I'm talking about. No need for promos. At the same time, these kind of stories is sick. And the black community need to rid the community of men like this. See, this is the problem in the black community. Males like that. Every black community got them. Savages that people protect. Think about how many FBA content creators protect men like this. I mean, they did that with Carmelo Anthony. They protected a killer. Because he killed a white guy, they protected him. They didn't say he's guilty. They didn't say he's wrong. They said, salute. Are they going to say the same thing about him for killing a black pregnant woman and her child, 2 years old? Threw him off a bridge? You couldn't even have had mercy on the child. Just leave the child alone, dog. I mean, you already killed his mom. You killed the mom and the unborn baby, dog. You had to kill the boy too. You couldn't have let the boy live, right? You killed the baby, bro. You could have gave the boy a chance to live. Instead, you cause a family to grieve. 3 souls extinguished from the world because the FBA community refused to clean the community up. But instead, they stay on social media all day crying and complaining about the white man. I don't see no white man in this video doing anything to black people. I see black men killing women and kids. And black women want solutions. They want answers. They want to know, what are black men gonna do about these situations? Because see, I'm on the front line. You ladies can count on Ringo TV because I'm always addressing these stories. I'm always bringing awareness to the real topics that matter. Because, you know, ladies and gentlemen of the court, all you good people that watch the platform and support all the time, you gotta be educated on how social media work with content creators. Most of these content creators don't care about you. They just want to check. That's it. When you see content creators copying me, when I do a topic and then you see them piggyback off of it, that content creator don't care about the story. What they care about is trying to copy to make it seem like they're addressing something, but really, they're not addressing anything. They're just upset that I'm addressing these FBA savages. And we're going to continue. I have a ton of stories, guys. A ton of stories of black men, black people in general, killing one another, and the FBA community won't deal with these issues. And for those that may not know what FBA mean, it means Foundational Black American. It's this movement that is going on social media where a bunch of blacks believe they're special. And what they do is only online, they act like they get along. But in the real world, they haven't built anything. They don't do anything. They don't solve no problems. They haven't done anything on a political level, on any grassroots level. They haven't done anything to improve black people. But on social media, all they do is just become like a lynch mob, a gang. And this is what they do on social media. So we have these kind of crimes that's taking place in the black community every day. They don't go into the black community. They don't address these things. They don't hit the streets. They don't go to the projects. You never see FBAs at the projects. You never see them in the hoods. You never see them in the ghettos addressing the thugs, the gang members, the drug dealers. You never see them there. They just stay on social media trying to get a check, acting as if though they're speaking for the people. You don't see them addressing these kind of stories because, again, to post these stories would mean they would have to be accountable. They can't talk about the white man. See, here's the thing, guys. If you see YouTubers always addressing issues pertaining to white people, or let's say there's a crime between a white man and a black man or whatever have you, if you always see them doing that, that's a racist channel. When you see black content creators and they keep publishing stories of, oh, a white man killed a black kid, or a white man killed a black woman, and they keep that going. They only show you videos of white people attacking blacks, and they keep that going. That's a racist channel, guys. They're trying to make you angry. I need for you, good people, to understand how manipulation works. They play on your emotions so that you can believe that everybody is out to get black people, while ignoring the fact that in your community, black people are killing each other. But they never address it. They focus on what they know is going to resonate with you to keep your eyeballs and your ear gate tuned into their content. And in the process, they get a check. They good. You've been manipulated. And they keep this formula going and going and going. And before you know it, you become very hateful towards other people. Before you know it, you hate white people, you hate Asian people, you hate everybody, while they killing your people in the black community. And I'm talking about black people killing each other, but they never address it. You got demons like this, black males like this, killing women every day, beating women every day. We focusing on Diddy and Cassie, but think about how many black men are really beating and killing black women. Think about that. P. Diddy ain't killed Cassie. This man killed his woman, and she was pregnant. You see that? And he killed the baby, the 2-year-old, fam. Salute to V-Dub, man. Rebel for Almighty also in the building. What's going on? And shout out to everybody joining in on the show. If you're on the road, drive safe. Shout out to Forever Studios. I see you. Caramel in the building. What's going on? We got to talk about these issues, guys, because black women are fed up. They're fed up, guys. And this is why a lot of us black men deal with a lot of disrespect from our women. Our women are supposed to feel safe. They're supposed to feel safe. And when they're in these relationships with black men, they got to always deal with this type of stuff, man. Why can't you black men love women? Why y'all hate your own women so much to the point you murder them and the kids? I don't see no white man in this video. I'm trying to figure this out. Where's the white man with the Klan's uniform? Where is it? I don't see it. I do not see a white man in this video. I don't see no biker gang. I don't see no Hell's Angels. What I see is a FBA Savage who murdered a pregnant woman. Listen to the story, guys, in case you're now coming in. We're addressing a real issue of a demon who murdered a baby, murdered his mother, and an unborn child. This is what goes on, guys. Check it out. Hold on.
Took 3 beautiful souls from us. 3 beautiful souls.
It's been 3 years since 2-year-old Caden, his mother Kayleen, and her unborn child were killed by this man, Brennan Murphy. Though Murphy was charged with murder,
Did you do it?
today he pleaded guilty to manslaughter and feticide and is looking at 95 years in prison. Kayleen's family agreed to the plea deal, who, according to District Attorney Hiller Moore, did not want to pursue the death penalty. Her sister spoke to WBRZ shortly after Murphy was arrested and had told detectives where Kayleen and Caden's bodies were.
I do forgive Brennan for what he did. I do. because I feel like if he didn't turn himself in, we would never knew what it was at.
Murphy confessed to shooting and killing Kayleen, who was 6 months pregnant with his child, in the parking lot of an apartment complex on North Harrells Ferry Road. Caden was reportedly in the car when his mother was shot and when Murphy dumped her body. Murphy told police he then drove to the Central Thruway, where he threw the 2-year-old, who was still alive, over the bridge. The coroner said Caden likely died of hypothermia. Moore says the main reason for offering the plea was to save the family from having to hear what Murphy did to them.
See what we got to deal with, guys? And the FBA community protect these kind of beasts. These are the kind of guys they salute. These are the kind of guys they congratulate. These are the kind of guys that they hold up as brothers. As long as you're FBA, you're a brother or a sister. This is what they do. Imagine what went through that child's mind as he was in a car frightened. In a car frightened. A man that's supposed to protect him, supposed to provide for him, drags him out the car. The kid's heart is racing. Scared. Don't know what's coming next. Have no clue that he's about to go over a bridge. Know something happened to mommy. Then he feels the aggressive nature of that animal grabbing him, lifting him up, and just tossing him over a bridge. What's going through the child's mind? As he's going down, worried, fearful, knowing that mommy's gone. Think about the horror that child went through. And this happened at the hands of a black man. A black FBA savage did this to an innocent baby. And what are these YouTubers doing? Talking about white men, reparations, and a bunch of stupid stuff to get you angry. But yet, in the black community, this is happening every single day. There are black women crying right now in their homes out of fear of these kind of animals. And people are seeing these things and they won't say nothing. You're going to tell me the community didn't know that this guy's a menace to society? Look at him, fam. You can't see the demons in his eye? Do he look like a church-going man? Do he look like a God-fearing man? This man got devils in him. We busy talking about the white man? No, let's talk about these black devils that are in the community killing women, killing kids. They need to be moved out of the community. But that can't happen because most black men aren't doing a damn thing. They're supporting these kind of guys because they themselves are beating black women. They themselves are killing their kids. They're doing this. And the women are living in fear. This is crazy. You took away somebody's sister. You're causing a family to grieve. Babies are being murdered. And we're supposed to just sit back and let this slide? No, I address the tough topics, ladies and gentlemen. These content creators don't do this. They're afraid of these topics, man. Because to talk about these topics would mean accountability for black people. And one thing the black community don't like is accountability, because it messes up their online business of hustling you good people. I told you already, ladies and gentlemen, listen to me very carefully. A lot of you folks that don't like me, you got to pay attention to stuff. I understand you may disagree with me at times. It is what it is. At the same time, you need to listen and learn. When you go to a YouTuber's channel, look, guys, I've been doing YouTube since 2006. I know how the game is, bro. I know how these hustlers work. I see it all the time. But y'all don't listen to me when I try to warn you. When you go to a YouTuber channel, I'm giving you the 411. When you see videos and it only focus, listen to me carefully now. It only focus on white people harming black people, or a mystery story of a black person dying, and the content creator is trying to allege that a white person did it in any way, and they keep going with content that only focus on race related, a black person who was hurt, killed by the hands of a white person, and they keep doing this to you, keep showing you these images. That's a hate channel. That's a devil channel that is promoting hate to get you angry, to make you hate somebody. They never address real issues going on where you live. Most of you black folk that are in the black community, you don't live around white people. You don't. But yet they keep showing you these stories. But when you look out your window, you see black men selling drugs. You see black men thugging with their pants sagging. You don't see white men. How come they don't talk about what you see? They don't, because that messes up their business. That messes up their business. It messes up business, guys. Because what that does, it focuses on issues that they don't want to address. Because if they show you black on black crimes, black related issues, it's going to change the direction of their channel. It's going to make you now realize, like, wait a minute, we gotta solve our own problem. We worrying about the white man. Nah, we got to address these black men that are killing these kids. They don't want you to focus on that. You know why? They're distracting you with content that makes no sense. You ever heard this terms of, oh, they're distracting you? Oh, they're doing this. It's a distraction. A distraction. Well, content creators are distracting you every single day. They're distracting you by talking about topics that is not relevant to your situation. So they're distracting you long enough so they could get a check. But they're not addressing the real issues that people are dealing with every day. Think about how many black women are being abused by black men all the time. But content creators don't even talk about it, especially black men. Black male content creators never talk about these things. Why? Because it messes up their money. They don't want to talk about it. I mean, of course, you got black male content creators that are panda bears, where they just pander to women and tell women whatever they want to hear. They're not really addressing anything anyway. That's another hustle. Men that just tell women what they want to hear. That's another form of hustling. Because they'll talk about women in a good way when a woman could be wrong, but they'll keep praising her even though she's wrong, because they know that's how you bring in the money. Praise her even though she's wrong, you'll earn money and of a female-based following. You know? So they tell you what you want to hear. In this situation, we're addressing a topic of an ongoing problem in the black community. Women don't feel safe, guys. They don't. A lot of our women, when they walk into a convenience store, and 3 black men come in there and they look like him, our women get nervous. They become concerned. They want to get out that store, get in their car, and leave as fast as possible because they know it's going to be a problem. You know, because first thing first, dude is going to try to holler at you. Typical, right? You're going to ignore him because you know good and well you don't want none of that type of nonsense near you. And then when you ignore him, now all of a sudden he become angry, he become violent. Now he want to throw bottles. Now he want to act a fool. And you're a woman. You can't fight 3 guys. But this is what black men are doing to black women all the time. Some of you guys can't even take no for an answer. A woman says she don't want to holler at you. You get salty and want to become violent. That's how weak you are as a man. Most of you guys always get salty when a woman don't want to give you the time of day. I told you guys 1,000 times. If a woman like you, she gonna let you know. She gonna give you a little sign to push up a little bit. Sometimes she might tell you she feeling you, or she might give you a little sign to let you know, like, hey, I'm checking you out. Why don't you say something to me? To see, you know, something can spark up. But some of you guys, you can't recognize those signs. So what you do is you try to talk to women and you demand that they talk to you, but she don't have to. And then when she don't want to, all of a sudden now you want to become violent and kill. Just like that story that happened a couple of years back where you had a black woman that was in the hood, went into a store. I actually covered that topic. And basically a couple of black savages from the ghetto, a couple of FBA savages, I should say, walked into the convenience store and proceeded to try to talk to her. She ain't want to talk to them, so they decided to shoot her. That's what they did. They decided to kill her because she didn't want to give them her number. Now think about how many women that are listening to this live been in a situation like that where you're being approached by these FBA savages who don't know how to conduct themselves around women. Some of you guys don't even know how to approach women, bro. Some of you guys, man, you're just demons, man. Pure demons. You don't know how to be gentle. You don't know how to have a conversation. You don't even know how to just be friendly around women and keep it pushing. Not every woman you come around, you got to get their number. Some women you could just be friendly with. Hey, how you doing? And just keep it moving. Just keep it moving. You know, you'll run into her again. It happens. It's a small city. You'd be surprised how many times you run into people. You know, sometimes you just be on your A game and you're just being friendly around ladies and you just kind of go about your way. Oh, how you ladies doing? Hey, such and such and such. And then you just keep it moving. Right. And what that might do is a young lady, she might have been interested in you while you were doing that and you walk away and she's like, hey, wait a minute. Hey, let's stay in contact. And you're like, oh, okay. All right, here's my number. Boom. Why? Because you kept it pushing. You weren't thirsty. See, some of you guys, you be overly thirsty when you're around women and you ruin everything. You're doing too much. I told you already, when a woman like you, she chooses you. She lets you know. She's not going to let you go because she know that's a once in a lifetime opportunity. But some of these savages, man, they're jealous. They're envious. This man must have been ultra jealous. This man must have been suspecting his woman of doing something on the low key and decided, you know what? I'm going to kill you. I can't deal with this. I can't deal with my emotions. So I'm going to kill you and I'm going to kill the baby too. And your son, I'm going to kill him too. And now he just wiped out a whole family. And now he's going to jail for years. He's never coming home. He's never coming home, guys. This man is finished. Check it out.
Took 3 beautiful souls from us.
You took 3 beautiful souls from them. You took away her sister.
3 beautiful souls.
Look at the baby. 2-year-old boy. He threw over the bridge, guys.
It's been 3 years since 2-year-old Caden, his mother Kayleen, and her unborn child were killed by this man, Brennan Murphy.
Brennan Murphy. Look at this savage. These are the kind of animals that are in the black community causing problems, not the white man. The white man lives in his own community. But you got these content creators always talking about sundown towns, always talking about FBA, always talking about what white men are doing, racist and all this other nonsense to keep us angry and distracted, while these savages are killing women and children.
Though Murphy was charged with murder, today he pleaded guilty to manslaughter and feticide and is looking at 95 years in prison.
95 years in prison. 95 years in prison. You think he's going to have a good stay? Nope. They're going to go to town on him because there's code. You don't supposed to kill women and kids. The way this man killed these people, he's not going to be respected in prison. He's not.
Kayleen's family agreed to the plea deal.
Look at Kayleen's family. Look at the family. They got their shirts. They're hurt. They're grieving. And this happens every day in the black community, and the FBA community is silent on the matter. Now, of course, when I do videos like this, you're going to see these FBA regurgitators copying everything that I do because, again, on social media, they don't have no content. Their channels is dry. They don't know what to do. They're nervous about how they're going to earn money this month. YouTube checks aren't looking too healthy. Can't afford them bills that they got into. So they're going to copy me as usual. But see, that ain't going to work because you're not in these communities helping these people. There's no community because you're not addressing the real issues. But instead, they want you to join land initiatives. They want you to go to their websites. They want you to spend money while women and children are dying. Ain't that something, guys? These content creators want you to go to their websites, support land initiatives, and play these little games while the black community is a literal circus of animals killing innocent people. It's like a zoo of lions and tigers and bears and dragons killing women and children. This is what they're doing. You know? And it's sick. You got people who don't even know how to tame their children. A lot in the black community, sometimes you got to deal with neighbors that just don't know how to tell their bad kids to behave. And they're out there being reckless and doing weirdo stuff around you. And it's like, damn, could somebody tame their kids? Their kids is acting crazy. Your son is a thug. Your son is a menace to society. He's on the corner selling drugs. He's in a gang. Could somebody intervene and do something about this young man? They don't do anything. All the problems in the black community is the black man. The black man is committing all the crimes, doing all the killings, all the shootings, but nobody addresses these issues. Instead, they want us to believe we're all brothers and sisters and we're having a great time. No, if black men are doing what they're supposed to do, black women fall in line automatically. I don't got no time to be wasting on black women all day. We could talk about black women issues, but the black man is supposed to be leading his women. The black man is supposed to be protecting his women. The black man is supposed to provide for his children. That's what a black man is supposed to do, but he's not doing it. And I'm not talking to the black men that are doing their job. You already know what to do. We're not addressing you guys. You civilized black men that provide and take care of your women and children, we're not addressing you. We're talking about the savages that are out here killing our people every day. And they're protected. They're a protected group because the FBA community says nothing about it. They don't address it. They don't talk about the serious nature of this issue. Instead, they want to keep feeding you a bunch of garbage about what white people are doing. Oh, you know, these people, they're using the N-word. And, you know, I just made a video about the white man using the N-word at a bar. And you have a damn content creator copying the same story, the same exact story that another brother just sent to me. What are the odds of that person doing that? And rather than the dude focus on the real issues, he decided to protect the savages and justified that it's okay to beat white men because they use the N-word. That's what he's doing. You said, what's FBA? FBA is a term that they use for Foundational Black American. It's a organization, a religious organization that was started by a Tariq Nasheed. They claim that this Foundational Black American movement is some sort of lineage they have to American slavery. But these are the same people that kill one another. And it's only on social media. In the real world, nobody follow that shit. It's only a thing on social media. When you go into the real world, where there's real problems, real crime, nobody identifies no damn FBA. It's a social media gang of people. And what they do is, if you're black and you're American, they consider you to be FBA. They welcome you to their group. So when we look at these type of crimes, it's being orchestrated and done by FBA, because all of these men are FBA savages. But this particular cult, this group, don't address these issues. Instead, they talk about white men all day because they have a hatred for white people. Even though you have white racists that are out there, why is it that black people spend all their time focusing on white people all day when they got problems right in the black community? You know, you got content creators pushing fear in you about, well, you know, Trump, you know, he's talking about signing this and ain't gonna be no Medicare and food stamps and, you know, and what do you think they doing these kind of videos for? To put fear in black women. That's why they do that. To put fear in you, make you worry. Well, what does the Bible say? See, this is the problem with these content creators, especially these religious ones. They never tell you what the Bible says. Who cares what Trump is doing? What does the Bible say? I have never seen the righteous or his seed forsaken or begging bread. The Bible says, take no thought for your life. What shall you eat? How will you drink? Or be clothed? Why? Because your heavenly Father know you have need of these things. Well, why content creators ain't talking about these things? Why they not promoting what the scripture says? Instead, they want you to worry about worldly provisions, worldly resources of Medicare, food stamps, and all this other stuff, but they never teach you to put your trust in God. They never teach you to use your hands to be productive. They never teach you that. They don't teach you to go out there and start a business, to get a trade, to learn how to do something, become productive. They don't teach you how to earn money. They don't teach you anything because they don't know what to teach you. They're just trying to get a YouTube check. They're just trying to get that social media check. So let me make you get full of fear about Medicare and food stamps, and let me sensationalize it. Let me make it sound really juicy for you so you can worry. They don't tell you put your trust in God. They don't tell you to pray. They don't tell you to start a business. They don't encourage you to do anything positive. It's always fear-based content, doom and gloom. The economy's gonna fall. There's a coming war. There's a coming race war. They always putting that out there in the algorithm. And you're like, damn, do you want a war? Do you want there to be a race war? Yes, they do. You know why? It'll give them content. Because right now they don't got no content. That's why they want to keep trying to push that out there in the algorithm, because they want people to fight one another. They want chaos to happen so that they got videos to share so they could get a check. Why would a content creator keep promoting race wars every minute? Shouldn't he be promoting peace? Shouldn't he be promoting something that's positive? How could a person claim he's a Bible believer, but when you listen to their channel, they're always promoting fear, never promoting anything positive, never telling you to seek God? The Bible says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and its righteousness, and all these other things shall be added unto you. They don't teach you that. They teach you to worry. They teach you to put your trust in presidents and put your trust in the system rather than telling you to put your trust in God. You know? And because of this, a lot of black women are confused about their role because the black man is not doing what he's supposed to do. The black man is supposed to be a provider, a protector. So now the black woman had to go out and protect herself. The black woman had to go out and get her own job, get her own career, get her own place, because the black men are not doing anything. The black men today are looking for a woman to take care of him. A black man today is looking for a woman to provide for him now. Some of you ladies that are listening to this live right now, you got a man living in your house that don't work, that don't do anything to better himself. But what he do is he's waiting for you to get your check. And you harbor this animal in your house and you believe that you love him, but he don't love you. Look how long it been. Look how long it been, sister. This man been living in your house. You've been paying these bills. You had to go out in the rain, the sleet, the heat, the cold, the winter to work. And he's sitting home playing PlayStation, living off of you. Some of you single mothers, you allowed a man in your house. You got daughters. You got these daughters in your house. You got these sons, and you let this animal in your house. He don't do nothing. He don't contribute. He's not a man, but you letting him lay pipe. You let him stay because he's laying pipe. You got in-house pipe and you let that man stay in your house, but he's not contributing to none of these bills. There's bills in this house that need to be paid. What is this ninja doing? Why you got this ninja in your house and he ain't contributing to the house? That's a problem. That's a problem right there. So you're a part of the problem if you're not addressing these issues, because see, it be those very same guys that end up abusing you. Because he's living in your house rent free, eating your son's cereal. He don't fix nothing around the house. Half of these men don't know how to do no carpentry work. They don't know how to work with their hands. They don't do no yard work. They don't know nothing. And you got these damn animals in your life. Ladies, if you got a man, he don't fix nothing. He don't know nothing about electricity, electrical work, yard work, working around the house, doing repairs, plumbing, and he don't know nothing. You need to get rid of him ASAP. You don't need that animal with you. You need a man that's resourceful. You need a man that's skilled, that got trades, a man that know how to survive. That's the kind of man you need. A man that's going to protect you, that's going to tell you about yourself when you out of pocket. That's the kind of man you need. Not a man that's going to beat you up. Not a man that's going to try to kill you and the kids. A man that's going to protect you at all costs. That's the kind of man you need. You got to keep them legs closed at the same time, because some of these guys are very slick. They know how to slick talk you and, romance you here and there and sweet talk you and tell you a little, run some game on you in order to get in bed with you. You got to recognize how the devil work and how the devil will use these animals to come in and take advantage of you. You know what I mean? You got to know how to do this now, because they're going to come in and seduce you. And see, that's what happened with this sister that was murdered by this beast. She probably thought that he was a good guy because he ran game. But see, he didn't want to take care of no kids. He probably wanted to kill her because she was pregnant again. And he probably like, you know what? I can't deal with this mess. And he decided to kill her and kill the other son. This is what he did.
Took 3 beautiful souls from us. 3 beautiful souls.
It's been 3 years since 2-year-old Caden, his mother Kayleen, and her unborn child were killed by this man, Brennan Murphy. Though Murphy was charged with murder, today he pleaded guilty to manslaughter and feticide and is looking at 95 years in prison. Kayleen's family agreed to the plea deal, who, according to District Attorney Hiller Moore, did not want to pursue the death penalty. Her sister spoke to WBRZ shortly after Murphy was arrested and had told detectives where Kayleen and Caden's bodies were.
I do forgive Brennan for what he did. I do.
Now think about this, because you know black folk, we be following this Christian stuff. And she says, I forgive him for this and I forgive him for that. All of that sounds nice, because if he would have never, I guess, told where the bodies were, y'all would have never known to go look for them. So I guess in that regard, she forgive. But think about how strong this sister is. She still has a heart of forgiveness after this savage took away 3 souls. And she still finds it in her heart to forgive. See, this is a good woman here. This is a good black woman right here. And you know what's so sad about this? She's going to end up most likely with some ninja that's going to take advantage of her fam. She's going to end up, this good black woman who would make a great wife is going to end up with some old savage ninja who's going to manipulate her, use her, get her pregnant, and then beat and abuse her. This type of nonsense keep happening over and over and over. You understand? Because you see, she has a forgiving heart, which means even though wrong was done, she's taken it. A lot of you ladies have to stop being so forgiving. You have to stop being so forgiving. You got to learn from stuff like this and recognize the signs of these animals and don't get involved with them, no matter what. She is supposed to learn from what's going on here. She's supposed to look at this situation and learn from it and recognize all the signs of a savage FBA killer and say to herself, I'm not getting with no man like that, ever. I'm not going to do that to myself because I saw what happened to the other sister. This is crazy.
Because I feel like if he didn't turn himself in, we would never knew what it was at.
Murphy confessed to shooting and killing Kayleen, who was 6 months pregnant with his child, in the parking lot of an apartment complex on
the projects. Apartment complex, the projects, y'all. That's where this took place.
North Harrell's Ferry Road. Caden was reportedly in the car when his mother was shot and when Murphy dumped her body.
So he brought the mother there, took her out the car, shot the mother. So the son heard the shot. He dumped the body somewhere. But then he decides to take the boy and just throw him off the damn bridge.
Murphy told police he then drove to the Central Thruway where he threw the 2-year-old, who was still alive, over the bridge. The coroner said Caden likely died of hypothermia.
There's a special place in hell for that ninja, man. There's a special place in hell for ninjas like that kill women and children. A special place. Because the judgment that a man needs for doing that type of mess, prison time is not enough. Prison time is not enough. 95 years is not enough. A man like that does these kind of crimes need to be punished. So that's why I mean there's a special place in hell for men like that, guys. Special.
Moore says the main reason for offering the plea was to save the family from having to hear what Murphy did to them.
So there's more to the case, guys, of what he did to them. You see? So the plea deal is better. There's more to it. They didn't want the family to hear all the things that was going on. You see? There's way more. And it's just sick that a 2-year-old had to endure this type of evil. A 2-year-old. This is how heartless these animals are, ladies. This is why when you're dealing with these savages out here in these streets, these black men that come to you and try to sauce you up, try to, sweet talk you and whatnot, you got to check their file. When you encounter a black man, you got to pull his file. You got to do research on these men. Got to do background checks. You got to find out, do these men have criminal history? Are these men abusive? Do these men beat women? What are their families saying about these men? Are they violent? Were they in a gang? You got to look at this type of stuff. Do they have felonies? Were they ever in prison? Because they may have gay tendencies. There's a lot of stuff that comes out once you do your research and you pull a man's file and you find out the man you got with, when he was in prison, he was raping men too. You just don't know that. A lot of these black men you see thugging with their pants sagging when they were in the penitentiary, they were having sex with men. They were blowing men backs out in prison. And then when they come out, they want to get with you. And then you end up getting venereal diseases. You wondering what happened. Well, you got it from that beast, from that animal who also like men. You understand what I mean? There have been many women that have been involved with black men and they come out, he was on the down low the whole time, messing with men. You see what I mean? So you need to do a background check. You need to find out where this animal been. And see, the FBA community don't like when I address these topics, because what it does in their mind, they look at it as I'm putting black people down. No, I'm protecting black women from you savages. That's what I'm doing. I'm protecting black women from you animals. That's what I'm doing. And you content creators that cannot stand when I address these issues, it's because you are the type of animals that abuse black women. You're the type that behind closed doors that slap around your woman, beat your woman, and got your woman in a Cassie situation. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of these YouTubers be beating their women, guys. They be really beating their woman. And they got their woman in a Cassie situation where she is all in love, don't want to leave, and put up with abuse. This is what's going on, guys. Y'all think it's just a P. Diddy thing? No, it's a thing in a lot of households. It's just that people don't address these issues. They don't address these issues, guys. So we're going to get up on out of here, fam. If you like the content, be sure to give it a like. You know what I'm saying? It's very important, guys, that you like the video. You have to click the like button, guys. Y'all been doing me dirty, man. I'm out here putting in this work, addressing real issues, real topics. You know what I mean? You got to support the show. Y'all be supporting the savages, the content savages, the content imitators, the content regurgitator channels. But when we do real content, people don't like to hit the like button. Something as simple as hitting the like button. It's like you want to hate. But then when no black man is standing up and talking about these issues, then y'all cry wolf by saying, oh, where are all the black men? Nobody's, supporting, nobody's helping. Where are all the leaders in the community? And then when a black man is leading, such as myself, and speaking on these issues, I don't get the support of the people. And then when I go move on to other topics, then people like, oh, how come you ain't talking about the real issues? I'm like, look, you got to make up your mind what you're willing to support, guys. You can't keep supporting savage channels that don't care. I'm actually doing the content nobody want to touch. Nobody don't want to talk about this. And I got another story, another horrible story, horrible, that we got to address because it's affecting the community. So, hey, the choice is yours, guys. You know, the choice is yours. But we're going to get up on out of here, man. Got to take care of some business, man. It's crazy how time just flying by, man. Literally flying by. Let me see. Let me go do this real quick. Hold on. Look at this. Again, hit the like button, y'all. Gotta hit that like button, man. Likes don't cost you not $1. I'll give a few shout outs here. Do this real fast. Okay, let's see what we got here. Shout out to Roxanne. Shout out to Roxanne for the support. The 5 on the Cash App. V Dubman for the $80 support, moderator. Marilyn for the 10. Forever Studios for the $50 support. You have is that Shomar? I believe it's Shomar for the 35. And shout out to Victor for the 30 and Sheila for the 5. Antonio for the 5. Sandra for the 10. Marcus for the 15. K Small for the 50. Edward for the 5. Alan for the 5. Robert for the 25. Quentin for the 10. I'm pretty much going back a couple of days for people that supported way back, even till the 16th. And Shyla for the 7. Appreciate you for your support. And Mike for the 7. It's a couple of people that supported the past few days and I didn't shout them out. So I wanted to make sure I acknowledge those people that keep the lights on. Right? So, yeah, guys, we're doing what we got to do. Those of you that are in the building, be sure to join my birthday live stream June 1st at 12 midnight, 12 a.m. We will be going live. Full studio for the first time in the new studio. We'll be going live. It's going to be a good show, as always. So I appreciate everybody rocking with the platform. We're going to keep these topics going. We're going to talk about more difficult topics, other issues. I have a lot of videos that I got to react to regarding the Diddy case, regarding multiple different cases I got to talk about. I'm literally recovering from whatchamacallit leg injuries, man. Like, I don't know. I got to take a break from the yard, guys. Like, for real. I got to take a break. What it really is, I got to level the yard in certain places, man. Because it's like, I'm just literally messing up my leg, bro. It's crazy. Remember I told you I had sprained my ankle on one leg? Now it's the other leg, bro. It's crazy, man. So I got to do some recovering, bro. Because it's like, I'll work. That's how much work I do, guys. I'll work even though I'm injured when I'm not supposed to. You know what I mean? Like, I really supposed to just not be working at all on the yard, but I like to work, man. I like to get out and do what I got to do. But yeah, it's crazy. And what's so crazy is my left leg ankle that was sprained, I'm still recovering. And now the right got sprained now. It's crazy, man. If I show you ring cam video footage of me working on the yard, you literally see me limping, bro, while working. That's dedication right there. A lot of these black men don't even work, bro. It's crazy. I know my neighbors look at me like I'm crazy. They're like, this guy is something else. He just don't stop. I got to get the job done, guys. And I got to film. I got to do some things. So I hope that don't it's going to interfere with my production. It's unfortunate, but I still got to do the work. So I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. Cause there's some scenes and things I wanted to record, and it's like I cannot run. Like right now, if I had to run, I can't run right now. I literally can't run right now. You can't run with 2 sprained ankles. You can't. You know. So once I take care of what I got to do on the yard, I'm staying off the yard. I'm not going out and do nothing. I'm just going to recover and do what I need to do, because I need about a good 2 weeks to really recover. But I've been so committed with what I got to do outdoors. I don't even care. That's how dedicated I am when I'm working on something. I got to get it done, you know? So we'll be back with more content, guys. I got to go take care of some things right now. I shouldn't even be up right now. I should be resting, bro, to be honest with you. But I got to do what I got to do, guys. You know how it is. So peace and blessings to everybody that rock with the platform. Again, make sure you join the birthday stream June 1st, 12 a.m. We'll be going live. Black men, you got to protect your women. You got to protect your kids. You can't be out there killing them. You know, can't be out there killing your women, killing your kids. And then you want to talk about the white man is oppressing you. The white man is not doing anything. It's you guys that are killing your women and kids. So that being said, rate, comment, and subscribe, guys. We'll be back with more content. Ringo TV Reactions, the #1 reactionary channel on YouTube, hands down. Make sure you subscribe today for the best in these YouTube streets. I'm out. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth, 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.